did my schooling from my own native place, village school. When I was studying in school as well as in college, my ambition was to become a scientist. At the same time, I was very weak in language as well as in mathematics. Of course, I was good in science and technology. I was only an average student. However, I completed my post-graduation in physics. Still, I was searching for a job as a scientist, but I couldn't get. The job which I got was only a supervisory trainee in a small-scale industry. And in the beginning was only 150 rupees as stipend. I worked there for 3 years. That company was not doing well. At the same time, I couldn't get a better job which I was hunting. Finally, I was forced to resign and start my own. That was the beginning of Vega. I started in a very small level, just with 2 workers, and with a 1 lakh rupee borrowed from my father. And initially it was quite difficult, as you know. My first product was stabilizers. Stabilizers, as you know, it is not at all heard in developed countries. It is required only because of the voltage fluctuation in the backward countries like India. That's how I started earning my livelihood. Every year, the electricity minister used to announce, next year onwards, there will not be any voltage fluctuation. Of course, it is good for citizens, but it is not good for me because I was earning my livelihood by selling stabilizers. But that's why I added a number of products. I added pump sets, water heaters, solar water heaters, and even cables and many other products. After 20 years, I totally diversified into a totally different business, into amusement park industry. And as you know, now, Wonderla, we are the largest chain of amusement park in India. To cut short, when the second generation started involving in the business, we took the company to the next level and we did public issue. Both the companies are listed. And as you know, maybe the present market cap might be around $1.8 billion. When my 2 sons are active in the business, I got a little bit spare time. So I started involving in my passionate subject, social activities and charitable activities. And one particular point of time, I took a decision. I am going to donate one of my kidneys to an unknown person. You may be wondering why I took a decision. The reasons are 3. 1, that time I was around 60 years. I want to prove to the society I am healthy, even at the age of 60. As you know, some of my friends, some of my business friends, after acquiring a lot of wealth, they acquire another set of wealth like hypertension, diabetes and all. That way, I am healthy even to donate one of my kidneys. That was my challenge. And the second reason was, as a businessman, I have some responsibility to the society. I have to give back to the society. After all, any businessman, they are acquiring wealth or profit from the society only. So I thought it is my moral responsibility to give back to the society. So that is the second reason. And the third reason, I donated around 7 years back, still healthy. Those days, organ donation was not that popular. Even though Kerala, we are so literate, educated, still the details of organ donation was quite unknown. People were very skeptical about it. So I took a decision, I can create an awareness about organ donation. And that's why it is better to practice something than preaching. So that was the third reason. Somehow I donated to a unknown person to me who was a truck driver. You may be thinking, why to that particular truck driver? His wife was willing, but their kidneys were not matching medically. So I took a decision, I will donate to him, and that lady will donate to somebody else. That was the decision. Friends, those days it was a big news. After the donation, many people used to inquire about my health. I was invited to many forums, and people used to ask how difficult this surgery is. And I have to tell you, this is a very simple surgery. Nowadays, we have to thank to medical science. The technology is so advanced. Even harvesting a kidney is through laparoscopic surgery or keyhole surgery. I was in the hospital just for 4 days, and I have to take rest just for another 10 days. After 14 days, I started going back to my work, to my office. So I want to convey that message to the public. Many forums, people used to ask whether after donation, whether you have to take some medicine on a daily basis. No, not at all. There is a confusion. The recipient have to take medicine, whereas the donor, he or she need not take any medicines. He can just ignore, just forget about it. So that is one thing. Then again, people used to ask, okay, whether you can do severe exercise, you can do anything. Yes, of course, I do exercise. We can do any severe exercise. Nothing wrong in it. Then again, people used to ask me very simple questions like, okay, whether we can take non-vegetarian, whether we can take chicken, mutton. Yes, of course, I eat chicken, mutton. Nothing wrong in it. Again, people used to ask very privately whether we can take alcoholic drinks. Yes, of course, we can take alcoholic drinks. I used to take once in a while. Nothing wrong in it. Again, very privately, some people used to ask me with much reluctance, after all, you are leading a family life, whether that will affect your family life in the bedroom? No, not at all. I guarantee. So, my dear friends, such type of doubts I was able to clear. So that was a blessing for me, even with a simple deed, a small venture. I could give an idea to the public. Okay, this is possible. Many cases, even the close relatives, they are hesitating to donate one of the kidney or any other organ to their own close relatives. So many people used to call me on that account, and I give them a lot of courage, and such things are very quite common now. And as you know, I completed around 7 years. Still I am healthy, and I am standing in front of you. But over a period of years, I noticed there is a limitation for living donors. Whereas there is a big opportunity we are missing, that is cadaver donation. I mean, after the donation. That is not at all popular in India. In fact, in any developed countries, that is quite common. You take Europe, you take US or any other developed countries, they depend on cadaver donation. They mainly depend on cadaver donation. Let me explain cadaver donation a little bit, because in the initial stages, people used to ask me, what is meant by cadaver donation? They are quite ignorant about that. Usually, we heard about eye donation. Eye donation is quite simple in the sense eye donation can be possible. Eye cornea can be harvested even after a normal death. Within 4 hours or within 6 hours, you can harvest the organ. Whereas the organ donation is slightly complicated. As you know, Kerala, the eye donation is quite popular. that started around 20 years back. Many people advocated for that, and that is quite common. And for your information, Kerala is the only state we have excess amount of cornea harvested, and we have enough and more quantity, and we are transporting into other states for their benefits. And my dear friends, at the same time, organ donation, the cadaver donation, harvesting organs from dead bodies is still not that popular. My dear friends, the whole idea is nothing but if somebody met with an accident or if somebody met with a brain hemorrhage, there is a possibility of harvesting organs. Again, he or she must be in the hospital. He or she must be in a ventilator. For your information, in India, unfortunately, around 1.2 to 1.4 lakhs of people are dying on the roads by road accidents. At the same time, very few organs are retrieved. These are the reasons, as you know, India, it is quite popular that illegal organ donation, the organ mafia is flourishing. Do you know? You can get a kidney for 10 lakh rupees. Maybe from a poor person who are in need of money, he will approach some middleman, and finally he gets around 6 lakh rupees. Another 4 lakh rupee will be divided by the middleman, and finally the rich people have the opportunity to have a transplant. I know many people have given money even to unknown people, and finally the records will be corrected as if they are their close friends or relatives, and finally a transplant has done. But for your information, these type of road accidents or brain hemorrhage, majority, around 50% of the people are admitted in the hospital. At the same time, if you are in ventilator, then even if there is excess bleeding, and even if your brain is dead, your body will function. That means your lungs will be functioned by the machine, your heart will be beating through the machine, and the body temperature will be kept normal. And again, there is so the blood circulation will be there. In that situation only, unfortunately, if the brain is dead, there is no coming back to the life, no chance back to life. So that is the point we can, or doctors can harvest the organs. But it's a very pathetic situation. The close relatives may not be happy to face that situation, and unless and until a previous awareness has happened to the close relatives as well as the victim or the deceased person itself, and if he or she has signed that willingness to donate, then only doctors as well as the police can take a decision to harvest organs. As I said, in India, a large number of people are dying through road accidents, and the studies says that if you are able to retrieve all the organs from these unfortunate people who met with the accident in roads, and those who are admitted in the hospital, and those who are in ventilator, that is more than enough to give away organs to the needy people. Do you know the number of people waiting in the list? Around 1.5 lakhs of patients are waiting to get, they are pleading or waiting to get an organ, either a kidney or a liver. The advantage of cadaver donation is actually in one dead body, you can harvest more than 4 or 5 or 6 different organs. 2 kidneys can be transplanted. Liver can be split and can be given to 2 different patients. And again, Heart can be transplanted, lungs can be transplanted, pancreas, so many organs. So that is the beauty, or that is the advantage of cadaver donation after the donation. So my dear friends, I am trying to advocate this particular point to the public. Please try to promote, please try to know the importance of after death donation and try to promote this idea to the public. India, still this idea is very in the initial stages. Very few are the family members are allowing to harvest the organ of their loving relatives who are in the deathbed. There are some misconceptions, especially as you know, majority of us, we believe that there is a second life after death. And many people used to ask me, what will be the fate of once you are dead and without kidney there in the second life, and such things. But these are all very ignorant way of questions. That is then we need your support. You youngsters have to propagate this message. Then only this message will spread. For your information, nowadays, for example, in Kerala itself, 7 years back, only 6 dead bodies were allowed to taken away organs and approved by the family members. But last year, that 6 has increased up to 120, and more than 300 people were benefited out of it. 300 people. So see the multiple effect of cadaver donation. My dear friends, I have very limited time. Try to propagate this message. In between, there are some rumors spreading around. Okay, if this is very popular, then the private hospitals may kill the patients for the benefit of getting organs for their own another set of patients. They can collect money. No, it's not possible. For your information, to declare a brain death, now the government has decided there must be a committee. That committee is a group of professors, doctors, mainly from medical colleges, and they are only approving, they are only certifying the brain death, and not the doctor from the private hospital. And again, the donation will happen from a pool, from a list which is already prepared. Now, for example, if you are a patient who are in need of any organ, you have to register with the government, and there will be priority, and you will get a priority number. According to the priority only, the organs will be distributed, not to the same hospital, not to the same patients from the same private hospital, no. So such things are impossible. So my request is nothing but you youngsters have to propagate this message. Then only we can address this issue. Coming back to my own organ donation, 7 years are already over. That truck driver, that time he was only 48, now he's 55. That time he has only one daughter. She was only 5 years that time. Now she is completed 12 years. And lastly, that truck driver is still driving his truck with my old spare part. Thank you very much.